Hey everybody, welcome back to Dungeon Maker here on the World of Madness server. I really wish I had some progress to show you guys for the most part. We do have the beacon in place now. I did miss-sight what the recipe for the beacon is in the last episode. I think I said I needed a block of diamond. For some reason, my brain was thinking the block of diamond was in the crafting slot where the nether star goes. I'm guessing because the actual thing resembles like it has one, but who knows. But anyways, it took me about 3 days, but we now have a full final tier beacon, and it's giving us haste 2, which makes us dig very quickly. I am, however, between my inventory and this room, holding basically all of my iron. The full sum of iron I possess has gone into this, plus most of my gold. Pretty much all of my gold, in fact. And I am still none the better for finding slimes. So, I thought today I would talk about the methods that people employ in order to find slimes, because this is not the only one. In fact, this is arguably not even the best. This is just the biggest one, and it seems equivalent and useful. And like here, with this method, you will absolutely eventually find one, but not necessarily very quickly and not for cheap. But anyways, there are 3 primary methods that people use to find slime chunks when they're looking to make a slime grinder of some kind. And there is the sort of... This is definitely the brute force method, where you demarcate every single chunk that you can find and you dig out the interior space at level 40 or lower. Ideally lower, because you don't want to be on just the edge. And eventually you will find... Is there a skeleton there or something? Yes, there is. Okay. One moment. Friend! Hey, friend! Yeah! Okay, he only got my face. Or my leg. In fact, Skyrim came out over half a decade ago, I am not making a reference to it. Okay. So yes, you will eventually find a slime chunk using this strategy. It is a 1 in 10 chance per chunk to be a slime chunk, so you're probably going to be digging out about 10 chunks, minimum. Here we've done 20 and we still haven't found anything. And this works, but it's extremely lossy. You will dig up a lot of blocks, you will use up a lot of materials, and in the end, it ain't necessarily gonna work very well, because you could still come up with a situation like this where you just don't find a single slime chunk ever. But the next strategy is what we have down here. So here we have some tunnels that are going all the way through a bunch of different chunks, and eventually, if one of them is a slime chunk, we should see a slime spawn in there. Now, slimes don't seem to care very much where they spawn. As long as there is space for any given size of them, usually the smallest one, they will try to spawn there regardless of their actual size, which means you'll generally, with this kind of method, what you'll find is, if you've hit a slime chunk, you'll find a bunch of little baby slimes, usually, just running around inside of one of them, because a big one spawned and then immediately suffocated because it was too big. And this also works. This is a lot cheaper to do than this one, but the downside is, because of the much smaller area covered by the actual tunnel, you have fewer spawn spaces, and so it can take longer for a slime chunk to become evident. Especially when you're underground and you've got a lot of tunnels and caves and whatnot to try and figure out where other mobs are spawning and taking out the spawn camps and the spawn events, so consequently the slimes don't necessarily spawn very quickly, but it will work. Eventually. Our third method is perhaps the easiest. It's definitely the most straightforward, and it's definitely going to work eventually. And it's not really all that costly, because it's only really doing stuff that you are already doing to begin with. And that is that you go caving. So I have dug into so many caves in the course of just digging out into extra chunks to try and find where one of these slime chunks was. And the typical route that you go through when you're... Come on, back off. Go away. Thank you. The typical route that you'll go through is that you'll probably hit a ravine or some other large tunnel, and you'll be coming on the way back and you'll hear the squelch, squelch, squelch of a slime. Also, so much iron that I need to dig out. I've actually just been ignoring it for the most part since I finished the beacon. I should not do that. That is a bad idea. But you'll occasionally come back and you'll hear the squelch, squelch, squelch of a slime, and that will tell you there's a slime chunk nearby. Oh, hi there. Excuse me. Just passing through. Oh, I can hear a witch behind you as well. Okay. One shot. One sweep. Done. Good. Thank I did not bring any coal. We passed some coal just now, didn't we? Coal. There we go. Phew. Right. So yes, you'll come back and you'll find a slime, which will tell you, therefore, immediately that there's a slime chunk nearby, because otherwise they could not possibly spawn. And then that will give you an idea of where you can start building for a slime grinder. Now that's the method that I've typically employed in every single instance of a slime grinder that I've made to date. You might wonder why I didn't use it here, and it's partially because Hubris was built on a pre-existing site where... Oop. Where are you, and where are you coming from? There you are. Go away. Go away. Proceed to exit, vacate, thank you. Right. Those were some words I just said. So yeah, Hubris was built on a pre-existing site. It was not meant to go underground at all. It was meant to be just, I will take a large section of the surface, and I will have myself a slime grinder. It probably should have occurred to me that there's a reason I've never used that before, but Hubris is all about mistakes, apparently. Hey. So, moving on from that, I swear I've been in some of these rooms before, but I swear I've seen a room just like this one. Right. Oh, there goes the torch. Right by the tomb. There's some more gold. Yeah. Now the trouble here is there's no guarantee, like, none of these methods are 100% guaranteed to find you a slime chunk anytime soon. And none of them are even guaranteed at all, because there is no meaningful way to have a guarantee that you'll find a slime chunk, with the single solitary exception of just doing enough. I say that, there is one guaranteed way of finding a slime chunk. With pinpoint precision, in fact, you can find a slime chunk, every slime chunk in existence in the world, in fact, if you have the seed of your world. Because if you have that, then you know exactly what value the random number generator started on when it was generating your world. I'm a little sluggish now, okay. And was therefore from there you can tell what value it had when it was creating the slime chunks. Now, the trouble is, to find out, you see, you just type in this. Nobody on World of Madness, I think possibly with the exception of Monkey, but God knows Monkey's memory is terrible, knows what the seed of the world is. Will you kindly... Phew. This is intentional, because it means nobody can sort of cheat the system, nobody can find out where all of the diamonds and the emeralds and all sorts of other treasures are in the world, but you have to go out exploring to try and figure how long is this slowness gonna last? Really? Wow. That is ridiculous. Oh, there's somebody over this way, which means there's a cave I haven't lit up. have encountered a couple different... Oh, hi there. How are you? Lee, go away. Lee. Lee. So you clearly picked up a block. Yeah, never mind. Probably just picked the one I just mined there. Ugh. So yeah, that makes sense, and I understand it, but by God, by now is it irritating. I could have been done with this place so much sooner if I'd known what the seed was, but I understand that decision. I can agree with it. I might not like it right now, but I can agree with it and understand it. Yo, I'm never finding my way out of here. I just realised that. Oh well. Thankfully, I have mini shovel, so if I need be, I can just dig out. Phew. But anyways, so far, as near as I can tell, I've not found a single slime underground. So, that method hasn't worked. Found a couple different dungeons, like 2 or 3 actually. At least 1, I think 2 zombies, 1 skeleton, and an abandoned mineshaft I've run into so far. I've hit the surface in a few unexpected places. And I have found a lot of iron, including a few ravines that contain some diamonds that I need to go back and pick up at some stage. I do recall abandoning this place because I had low torches and whatnot, so let's get some torches in here as well. Now, it may be that there is something about swamps that prevents slime chunks. Now, I don't know if that's the case. I'll have to look into the code to see if that is the case. If so, I imagine there'll be a helpful little annotation or some such on my face right about now that tells you what I found in my diving of the code. And oh, hey, here's that abandoned mineshaft that I just mentioned. And here's one of the ravines that I also just mentioned. Still no zombies. Slimes are usually very easy to hear through walls because their squelching noise is very loud and very recognizable. Especially if you've been looking for it for like a month. But, yeah. Okay, let's just wander around a bit, shall we? This wasn't intended to be a caving video, but I guess it is now. Oop. Yeah. Down this way. Also, the more that I light up, the better any kind of mob system I make above ground is gonna be in the end anyway, so either way, I guess it's a win-win. Which is the side benefit of using the caving method of finding slime chunks. That's a level on a level, okay. Right. Where was I? Who knows anymore? I've kind of lost all sensibility down here already. Hey. But what I think is going to happen next is that I'm going to keep digging. Oh yes, there's a question that probably bears mentioning. Why can't I just put in to some kind of generator the locations of things like the abandoned mineshaft I'm currently in, the location of the desert temple that I've built my base in, the location of a witch hut that I found whilst we were doing Queen of Madness challenge, that kind of thing. And why can't, from all of those details, it figure out where everything else is? Like, why can't we try and figure out what the seed is by using known features of the world? Well, that's a good question. And the answer is that these features all correspond to certain elements of the seed value, not the entire value. So that means that there are multiple, as in, by which I mean thousands of seeds, just gonna ignore that completely, that can all have these same features in these same locations. They are no guarantee that I've found the actual site of the slime chunks. So again, I'll probably just waste a bunch of time. And what that ultimately means is that you're searching through thousands, potentially millions of seeds that are wrong to find your right one. So at that stage, you are probably better off just... For a second, I thought I was hitting you with my spade. Go away. Whoop, hello, what do we hear? It's another spawner! Go away. I'm finding so much riches that I wasn't actually looking for. I mean, those buckets might come in handy. I have other concerns. Okay. I'm definitely lost now. All else fails, I guess I can just dig straight up. I have the materials for that. Just start with the water pool and I'll be fine. Oh, hello, this is enough level up. Is it? Well, it's technically outside, so we'll take it. Yeah. Eventually, I will hopefully hear a slime doing this. Who knows, I might never. We'll find out in the next episode. But speaking of, as you are watching this, it is a fairly high probability that it is still the 20th of January 2017, and what's more, that it is between the hours of 2:30 p.m. GMT and 10 p.m. GMT, which means Bunker Jam is currently going on. So, if, like me, you cannot help but despair at the current state of politics and a certain event taking place at this particular space and time, then hop on over to twitch.tv/LyingInBedmon and you can watch Bunker Jam, where we are basically playing a bunch of fun games and having some shenanigans and whatnot, purely to ignore the fact that anything else of arguable significance is going on. Eek. So we're playing things like Overwatch, we're playing things like Don't Starve Together, things like Keep Talking and No One Explodes, which most likely means I will, and also, to close off our day, we're playing Uno, which apparently Gameplay Jenny might be interested in playing along with. Do I even have the swords to get through here? Not really. Yeah, well, I'm now out of sword. I could make bench and make more sword, but we'll call it there, and I'll try and find my way out of here, because this could take me a while. We'll also be playing Heartful Boyfriend, by the way, which means that I will be romancing various birds, whilst everyone else does voices. So that'll be fun, I'm sure. It's a game I've kind of, avoided by sheer virtue of its ridiculousness. Okay, I think I'm going up. It would take me a very long surface if I'm about 17-ish blocks away. Oh, wait, yeah. Torch. Torch, because if I happen to get a sand or a gravel pocket, that will stop it from hurting me. Hooray! How long is this going to take? But yes. Hubris is becoming almost Sisyphean. So let me know in the comments if you want me to see if you want me to keep out trying to find slime chunks and such around here, and if not, what else? I could of course go back to the tomb, but I kind of need the slime that Hubris will provide inevitably. Oh, I forgot that this is sea level. This is not necessarily terrain level. Yeesh. Well, we'll be there eventually. In the meantime, hope to see you at Bunker Jam. And I shall catch you all next time. Oh, wait, is this the service? Is this the service? Whoop, can I finish on the surface? No, bad. Go away. Nope, there. Yay! Hooray! We surface. Like many things in Hubris, it was inevitable. Which direction? Okay, wow, I came a fair ways there, didn't I? That's gonna affect my spawn rates, alright. Right. So, hope you've all enjoyed. I'll catch you all next time.